a service of CNC Worldwide.
CNC Podcasts are a service of CNC Worldwide, brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 member companies with business solutions since 1984. A Greece man has been charged with evidence tampering after police say he drove around with his girlfriend's body in his car after finding her dead in his bathtub. Dominic Menechia was also charged with endangering the welfare of a child. Papers filed in court say he was using heroin with a baby in the apartment on Christmas Eve and left the drug on the bathroom sink for his girlfriend. He left the apartment and came back to find Nicole Grana dead in the bathtub. Menechia then allegedly put the 24-year-old woman's body in his car and drove around for an hour before calling 911. Police say they are not investigating this as a homicide. Greece police say a distraught woman surrendered just after 5 p.m., hours after she walked into a counseling office on Long Pond Road Monday carrying what witnesses said was a gun. Nobody was hurt during the incident. The weapon turned out to be a BB gun. Police say the woman walked into 888 Long Pond Road at about 12:30 with the weapon. They have not released her identity, but say she was taken to a hospital for mental health evaluation. Police had to block off streets around Long Pond and English roads as they made contact with the woman by phone. It took a number of hours for negotiators to talk her into coming out. Buffalo Bills quarterback Kyle Orton made a surprise announcement of his retirement on Monday, the day after the Bills finished their season with a 17-9 win over the New England Patriots. Orton announced he's decided after 10 years in the NFL it's time to go home and be a dad. In a statement released by the team, he calls it just a family decision. He has not spoken on camera or microphone about it. Orton thought about retiring after last season, but signed with the Bills for one more, with an option to return for 2015. The man charged with scamming area residents on snowplowing contracts is facing additional charges, this time leveled by the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. The Economic Crime Unit arrested Scott Romero of Palmyra on a charge of first-degree scheme to defraud and a count of third-degree grand larceny. A spokesman says he defrauded 30 Monroe County residents in 8 towns. In each case, he advertised his Met Construction residential snowplow service, signed contracts, took people's money, then failed to show up when the snow came. Authorities called Romero a serial scammer. He's pulled the same stunt before. The woman shot by a man who forced his way into her Newark apartment earlier this month told her story in court on Monday after Kenesha Boswell testified against Aaron Bell at a preliminary hearing. His case was waived to a grand jury. Bell is charged with breaking into Boswell's apartment on December 20th and shooting her several times. He also shot her 11-year-old son before running away. Bell was arrested several days later in Rochester after a manhunt and is being held without bail. Wayne County District Attorney Rick Healy calls this a particularly violent case of domestic abuse. Irondequoit police have charged Dr. William Lewick with driving under the influence of both drugs and alcohol over the weekend after he was stopped on his way to a party. The psychiatrist is accused of hiding the body of Matthew Stratton in his backyard after Stratton died of a drug overdose. He is awaiting trial on evidence tampering and drug possession charges, but is not directly charged with causing Stratton's death. Rochester police and fire crews were out early Monday at a credit union office on the corner of East Main and North Goodman Streets, where a car crashed into the side of the building. Police say the driver of a Buick somehow missed the turn from Main onto Goodman about 2:45 Monday morning. A passing driver took these photos and told us there was a lot of scattered debris. Police say there were 5 people in that car. 4 of them suffered minor injuries. They were taken to Strong Memorial Hospital. The investigation into why the driver crashed is continuing. Your next CNC podcast is whenever you click on one of these pages and catch one. We post updates as necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.